This place is destroyed. It's all part of the deal. Hello and welcome. I'm Tim and this is SV Paquita, and we are still in Bridgetown in Barbados, and we're getting ready to sail back to Spikersville, something like that, and Port St. Charles, and do our checkout procedures so we can leave tonight. And before we did that, for years now we've been having trouble with the sink backing up.
Hey!
You send me the bag with the thing.
Okay.
Right there.
Con?
The plastic
No, está
bag.
aquí.
Oh. No. Blanco plástica.
Oh,
So the boys started working. We got a new piece of sanitary hose, and we snaked it all the way through here and came up under here. And as any homeowner will tell you who's ever done this before, as soon as you touch anything up here, they break right off the ends. And of course, ours broke off, and they are en route in the dinghy. They just went to go with the old piece to try to find a new piece to put in there, and then we'll be on our way, hopefully. Amor, oh, aquí. So in the meantime, we've got everything from under the counters out. We've got the fridge pulled out. We've got tools working. We've got Bob's bed over here. Things are a mess, but those boys are so great. They're amazing. They just did all that horrible, awful work. I can't tell you how. Those are the little things that just make you. If this were me, like I say, I could do this job, but it would be a day and a week, and it's just no fun at all. And you're constant doing boat yoga, and it's awful. And it was just so nice of them to they just grabbed the bull by the horns and took off and started doing their thing. And they're on it. And meanwhile, Chrisalita and I are here. So they'll probably be in there for probably 20 to 40 minutes, depending on how many bars they stop at. But we'll be ready for when they come back, because it'll only take us a couple hours to sail up to the next place. Lilo's over here trying to cut a hole in the pastry bag that Luna got. Lilo wants that pastry really badly. But the sun comes out and then it rains, and the sun comes out and then it rains. So we haven't had the best charging days, but everything else has been going good. One thing that we did find, I thought I had an air leak in my generator pickup. There's two pickups for fuel. One goes to the main engine and the other goes to the generator. And when I put the hydronic heater in, I teed off of the generator one, meaning that if you had a problem, it wouldn't interfere with the operation of the boat. It would just mean that the generator wouldn't work. Anyway, it worked fine for ages and ages and ages. And then lately, it would like go run for a while, and then it would stall out like it was starving for fuel. So we have a little electric pump that primes the things. So I figured there's an air in the line. So I'd brrrr and prime the pump, and it would work for a little while, and then it would die again. Anyway, finally we got sick of doing that, and we said, let's just change the first fuel filter, and if that doesn't fix it, then we'll change the second filter, just to be on the safe side. And we've had really good fuel since I've owned the boat. We've never, every time we change fuel filters, we're just doing it because it's time to do that. We don't really do it. And we don't do it because there's a problem. Well, we took this one off, and there was a bunch of crud in the bottom of this little bowl that picks up for water and sediment, and the fuel really looked nasty. So all we can think of is that we had a sketchy fuel delivery truck in Greece, and we think that we didn't see what we were pumping into us then. I mean, it worked and all that, but I think that's where that was happening. So I think when it was shutting down because of water and cook in the fuel filter. So put the new fuel filter in, everything's running good. We'll see how it goes. If it starts doing it again, we'll replace the secondary, or I call it the secondary because it's the second in line, but I really think that's the one on the generator is the primary filter, and the one we've been changing, the Raycor, is the secondary. But anyway, we'll be all ready to do that. The four of us all went for a walk, and when we went we were going to go to this place. Originally we wanted to go Cost You Less, which is a fake Costco place, and then we thought that would be really fun. And then our taxi driver said, "Oh no, if you like Costco, you've got to go to Price Smart." And Price Smart, apparently, someone who was one of the founding owners of Costco, founding members of it or whatever, branched off and started his thing down here and called it Price Smart, and used much of the same stuff. And apparently the Kirkland brand, they rebranded it to their name and that sort of stuff. Well, anyway, we were all excited to do that, but I gotta tell you, the prices over here are crazy. Now, first of all, I've posted some stuff on social media on my Instagram account that people have freaked out about. But when it says, like, for example, the three of us got coffee and Christina got a bottle of water, and the bill was like, I think like $53 or $56. It's not really $56. It's half of that. And in my book, that's still a lot of money for 4 coffees. Anyway, it is an island nation, and it is everything has to come here, and that's just the way it is. And I forget how spoiled we were going to Mercadona in Spain, but things are really expensive here. So now we're gonna go to our plan was to go and buy stuff, but I figured, why would I go to the most expensive island in the Caribbean to load up with stuff? I can do that in any other island, especially like by the time I get to Puerto Rico, we'll go to regular Costco. I won't have to do anything, and that'd be great. But I thought it'd be fun to go there, and but it's $50. You got to pay a $50 membership, and I'll never use it again. So we decided not to do that. And on the way back, we stopped at just a store and just got a few things just to tie us over. Then we went to another store so the boys could buy some beer, and we had already been to the Chandelier, so we're not doing the store today. And so that. I was really kind of looking forward to that, but I might have been sad when I got there anyway, or at least, well, like for example, at the Chandelier, we got I got a quart of salt away, the stuff that you mix with water to remove salt from important stuff. I got a quart of that. We got 6 feet of 1.5-inch hose. We got an air horn. Our last air horn had rusted out. I think we got what else did we get? Oh, we got a rod holder for the rod holder that broke. And Runa got a mask and a snorkel. And I went to pay the bill, and it was $890. Now, granted, that's half of that. But at $450 for just a few things? I mean, granted, I'm sure that these people are just marking up stuff the way that you would mark it up at home. They just have a lot more hands on the till before it gets down here. So I'm not saying that we were taken advantage of. I'm just saying that I think where we are, and by the time you get things are very much more expensive here. Sadly, the whole experience has kind of left me with a bad taste in my mouth. I had grown up hearing about, I remember when my parents went to Barbados, and hearing about just that this was like a luxurious place that only the super elite went, and everything was beautiful and everything was super expensive, but everything was pristine. The restaurants were perfect, all that. We haven't been to a restaurant. We've gone to a couple beers, going to a couple bars to have a couple beers, but yeah, it made a lot more sense for us to go to the store and buy a chicken and throw it on the grill and feed us for, $10 instead of going to the bars that we went to. I mean, the restaurants that had the prices outside, they had this thing where it's by the plate. So you pay this much and this is what you get. And it was $180 a plate. And this is not like a white tablecloth place. It's just a regular place. And so that seems kind of stiff, especially when you're buying for 4 people and all that. And so I was a little surprised. When I went to Cabo Verde, I expected that we would be really in kind of the third world and a lot of poverty and that sort of. And of course there were parts that were like that. I did not expect any of that here in Barbados, and I'm blown away by it. The people are so sweet here, and they're so nice. The people are top shelf. I expected the people to be less friendly and the place to be more inviting, but they have tons of cruise ships here, and people come cruising here.
Chiquito.
Maybe they're seeing parts that we're not seeing, but we've been from one end of the island to the other. Yesterday when we did the train ride in the distillery, that was beautiful. And you know, somebody wrote in the comments, they're like, oh, I never do that touristy stuff. I always go out and hang out with a local and do that. You know, first of all, I should say welcome to the channel, because you probably have not watched too many of our videos. That's pretty much what we do almost all the time. Every once in a while, I think it is important for you to get out and see, and especially this whole purpose of what we're doing is to go and experience things that we normally don't experience. And in this case, it would be doing something that, you know, like doing the rum tasting. If that's not your bag, you certainly don't have to do that. If you're sailing with me and it's not your bag, it's not your thing, it's not what you want to do, maybe you should do it, because this whole thing is about stepping out of your comfort zone and doing things that you don't do. And so if you say, well, I only go to the other side of the tracks and I only eat with locals and I really open up my eyes and really experience the culture that way, that's great, do that. And in fact, that's something that, like I say, if you've been watching our channel, you've been hearing me preach that for 4 or 5 years. I've been saying that online. But I think it's also important that you see other things too, especially if you spend most of your time off the beaten path. Maybe you should get on the path every once in a while, because now that is different, you know. So, you know, I think of when I was in high school. When I was in high school, everyone wanted a pierced ear. What'd they say? They said right is wrong, left is right, or something like that. Anyway, all the guys wanted pierced ear because they wanted to be different. Well, in a quest to be different, I decided not to get pierced ears because every other guy had pierced ears. And I think that's the same thing here, is if you're doing the same thing all the time, do something else. And, well, first of all, you do whatever you want to do. I'm doing something else, and I don't go on tours all the time. And I had a wonderful time. It was great. We've had this discussion before in Madrid. You know, I've gone to school in Madrid. I've been to Madrid a million times. I love Madrid. Madrid's my favorite place on earth. And when I go to restaurants and I go to bars, there are many people that will say, "Oh, you're in the tourist section of town." I am. And you know what? It's pretty nice. I really like it. Not for everybody, but I like it, and that was great. I go to other places too, and we go off the beaten path. That's definitely the case, but I think it's important to see everything. But that's that, and to each his own. I'm not really sure why people would watch my videos and tell me that I should do what they do. I hope that I'm not telling you that you should do what I do. I'm just saying this is what I do. Maybe you like it. Maybe you decide that you'd rather do something else. That's fine. But in any case, I thank you all so much for watching, and I really appreciate it. As soon as the boys get back, we're gonna, and they get that thing, they get the sync back together again, we're gonna get underway. 2.5 hours, maybe under 3 hours, we'll get up there, get anchored up again, go in there, and hopefully get in there in time so we can check out with customs and be on our way just after midnight. But until then, thank you so much. Smash that super thanks button. I really appreciate it. We've been we really needed it when we went to go get around here. And thank you so much to the patrons. I'll put a link in the description below. You guys take care, be safe, and as always, I'll see you on the one.